KCC311. Here's that second quick video for the week number 6 homework submission, getting the spreadsheet data into Google My Maps. So I'm going to start again. This is the station data, and this has the count if formula. In other words, this tells me how many people bike to each station in Chicago. So we got all these big numbers, and if you upload this to Google My Map, you'll have a big map with lots of different colors on your dots, your markers. However, I said, this is not what your submission is going to be. I need to go back to the station information, and I need to filter, because this has every single station in the city, and I want to filter it down to one station. Let me walk through that process. Click G. How come G? Because that is what we need to, that is all the stations, and I want to filter it. Way up top, you have sort and filter, and you go to filter. And in Google Sheets, you'll see this symbol. It's directly in the toolbar. So I click the filter, and you get this little triangle. On Google Sheets, it looks a little different. I click the triangle. It has a list of every single station in the city. Let's pick one. How about Daily Center Plaza? Why not? I'm going to click that dot, check mark rather. I'm going to unclick it. In other words, I'm getting rid of that data, and I hit OK. And it doesn't look like too much happened, but if you look down here, look at the count. The very bottom of my spreadsheet, it's a count 99208. In other words, I started with 100,000. What's 100,000 minus 99,208? I think it's, 792. So in other words, there's 792 bike trips from that Daily Plaza, and I took them out of here. In other words, everything in here, I don't want. I took out the 72, or 792 that I don't want. So I don't want any of these information. So what do I do to get rid of this information? Control A highlights all of this. And look at all those stations. None of them is Daily Center Plaza. And now I hit delete. And when I say delete, hit it on the keyboard. Hit the delete button on the keyboard and everything vanishes. Oh, look at, not everything, because there's a Daily Center. And that's what I want. I want to keep those, and I want to get everything else completely gone. If you do that process real carefully, in other words, if you do the filter, click out the one you don't want, and delete everything else, and then go back to stations, everything should be okay. And you see you have zeros, because nobody biked to those stations, and you have some small numbers, because a small amount of people biked, because I'm only looking at one station. I'm only looking at one station, so my numbers should be small. Now, one common mistake is if you take this, and you say, okay, well, now I don't need these rides, so I delete it. Yeah, delete this, and then just go, uh-oh, whoops, I just deleted everything. So remember, after you do the filter process, you can't just delete the ride information. What do you need to do? I'm going to kind of review exactly what we did in the first video and what I just did in this video. You have the count if formula. You go to the ride information. You pick the stations. This is every single station in the whole city. You go up to filter. Click the little filter button. Go up here, and this is every single station in the city. And what is I doing? Daily Center. It's got to be in here somewhere. There it is. Unclick the one I want to look at. Hit OK. Yep, 99,000. So I took out the 800 that I want. Control A. This picks everything I don't want. Hit delete on the keyboard, and it gets rid of everything I don't want. Yeah, there's a couple that I do want. Good, good, good. So now I go back to stations. Yeah, all right. Now I've got the data. I've got the data that I do want. But what do I have to do? Because remember, this is the formula. So I have to hit the C. I'm going to hit Control C on my keyboard, and it gives me that dotted line. That means copy this information, and then right-click, paste values. And now look at those numbers. There's no more count ifs anymore. That means I'm okay to delete this ride information down here. Delete the ride information. And now I have that station information, and the numbers stayed put. This is ready to go to Google My Maps. If you're thinking, whoa, that's a lot of steps, you're right. Week number 6 has probably the most technical assignment that we're going to do all term. Hopefully this video will break down those steps in just a little more detail. Watch it, rewatch it, and if you're still not feeling it, please send an email, reach out to me, and between now and the submission date, hopefully we can tie down what issues you might be having. Follow those steps, make your Google My Map, and then you'll be ready for that week 6 submission.